Okay, it's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Cumberland Breweries and it's a bottle of the Corby Noir Stout coming in at 4.5% ABV. It's described as a dark Irish style stout with a creamy smooth head which is full bodied. There we go. Bottle cap is gold with this. Yeah, I don't know if you can pick that up. It's got a tiny little, there you go. Little dent in the top of the cap. Anyway, let's get this beer out into a glass and see what we get. The beer was sent to us by our channel sponsors, www.beersofeurope.co.uk. Beers of Europe have the largest online beer store in the UK. And they've probably got the largest beer store in the UK. It's absolutely huge down there. I think they're based in Suffolk, Norfolk, that kind of way. But it's huge. It's a massive place full of great beer. Beer from America, Germany, France to a certain extent. Italy, I think they've got some Italian stuff. Of course, America, UK. You can get basically... I'm going to say I was just about to say you can get what you want, but search it, you'll be pleasantly surprised. There's plenty there. If you can't find what you want, they'll have something close. Beersofeurope.co.uk. On with the review. It's a black beer. No light getting in there whatsoever. It's got a one finger, as it mentioned, creamy tan coloured head. It's always nice and assuring when you kind of read the bottle and then you pour the beer out and it says what it does what it says on the tin. That's great. Nice carbonation rising slowly up the side of the glass. I'm not sure if you can pick that out. Let's get the aroma on the beer then. And yes, kind of raspberry, cherry, dark cherry, and then stout, chocolate, coffee, caramel, kind of burnt aspect to the beer. Smells good. A nice roastiness to it. As you can tell, the kind of beer's making me salivate a little bit, and that's always a good thing when you get hold of a good beer. It means you want to kind of dive in and get on with it. So that's exactly what we're going to do. The beer is very drinkable. It slides down, but it's almost got that kind of coating of that silkiness. It's like water with a silk hanky in it, and it all kind of slides down. It's refreshing, but you get that kind of silkiness at the same time. Good stuff. It's got almost a milk stout aspect to this beer as well. It's got a lot of kind of lactose to it. Nice sweet, milky, creamy. Yeah. And then that kind of dark cherry, and then from the hops, lovely and fruity. Slightly vinous. It's got that kind of red wine quality to it on the back end. But then it's all caramel, it's all chocolate, bitter chocolate, kind of sweet caramel, and then a coffee mixed with a kind of bitterness there that gives you the nice, oh yeah, it's just a really good stout. A really, really good stout. It looks good, it tastes good. This is my first beer from Cumberland Breweries. And again, from beersofeurope.co.uk, it's a great partnership between the two, between myself and Beers of Europe, because I'm not going to know every beer in the world. They're not going to know every beer in the world, but we kind of help each other in kind of working on new breweries, and they kind of, I've worked out a method where they do a search, a special search that I've kind of given them to see if I've reviewed the beer or not, and they do a little search, and And yeah, and they come up with little gems like this. This is a gem. This really is. If it wasn't for Beers of Europe, and I promise you this, I've never heard of Cumberland Breweries before. Only because, and how can I put it? I can read and write, of course I can, I'm a qualified person. But when it comes to reading, I'm quite lazy. I couldn't for the life of me sit and read a beer book. I hope I'm not offending anybody out there. I really do. It's just not in my nature to do so. It's not in my nature to read blogs. And I suppose you guys know this, don't you? If that was my nature to do that, I'd probably be writing a blog right now. I like to stand and talk and speak through a camera, and I am blessed that this technology we have these days gives me the chance to do that. It's where I like to be. Where were we? I was talking about not knowing Cumberland Breweries. So yeah, I admit I've never heard of this brewery. It might shock you. They might be big, but they might be small. This might be the Corby Noir might be their best beer from their range, and they've decided to bottle it, and I'm glad they have. But it's always been, for me, it's always been, do I sit and read blogs? Do I sit and read books? Or do I speak to people like Beers of Europe and get a surprise through the post? Because if I knew about this beer before I reviewed it, it wouldn't be the same review, would it? Right, let's finish up this review. But look at the quality on this beer. I will reiterate, this is a gem. This is a great little find from a great little, big, medium-sized brewery. I don't know. Put your comments in the comments box. But it's lovely. It's drinkable. It's fresh. It's fruity. It's stout-like. It's coffee, chocolate, caramel. I'm going to give that an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Put your comments in the comments box. Please subscribe to our daily beer reviews, and cheers.